Good morning, RVers. Jason Harrington here with you guys in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I want to take time to show you this all new 2023 Renegade Vienna. It's been a long time coming, waiting to get these things in here. We've had these things on order for over a year. This particular one was actually custom ordered for an awesome couple here in the state of Michigan. But I have a few more slots available for the year, so if you want to get your order in, now's the time. I could possibly even get it delivered to you this year still, but it's going to be close. So if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. But on this particular one, this is a 25RMC. So this is what this couple ordered. They customized it to how they wanted it. Absolutely beautiful coach. There's a few differences from these 2023s than there was on the 2022s, but not much. And I think for the better. So starting up front, they optioned in the lava field paint scheme. So this is gonna be a silver and a black paint scheme. They did get rid of Gold Coast this year, so that was the black and gold one. That is no longer an option, but you can get in the Arctic Ridge, which is like a silver and white. It's a cool looking paint scheme. But you can email me or send me or shoot me a text, and I can send you over pictures of what that scheme looks like. But starting up front, they option in what's called a diamond shield. This is a manufacturer option. What they do is they put this clear bra on the front of it that helps protect against the paint being chipped while traveling down the road. They don't put it just on the front. It's actually on the front on these pieces that kick out right here and then around the handles, because that's where your rings are gonna hit, your watch is gonna hit. So it's just gonna help protect that Mercedes Sickens paint that they're putting on here. Now what Renegade likes to do with their paint is they actually do triple clear coat up front, and then they do a double clear coat on the sides, and they cut and buff between every layer. So you could take any part of this and run your fingers over those transitions of the two colors of paint, and you're not gonna notice a bump like you will on most other brands. Another thing they switched up was the cameras. We used to have our cameras here on the mirror. Mercedes said, nope, we're not gonna do that anymore. So now we switched it up. They're down low, but we put them away from the tire. The problem with brands that put them up next to the tire is when that tire's spinning and road debris flips up, it gets on that camera and then you can't see out of it, and what's the point of even having them at that time? Moving our way back, we're sticking with the Girard legless lateral arm awning. This does have a wind sensor built into it, so it will roll itself up if it gets too windy. And then we actually paint the cap that covers this thing so it matches the color of your coach. So if you have a white coach, we're not gonna do a black awning on there. We're gonna paint it white so it matches and it just looks more aesthetically appealing. We're still sticking with the outdoor TV and the sound bar. I know people say, well, I don't want that. I'm not gonna watch TV outside. It's only taking up this much room inside there in the back of your kitchen cabinet. You would never know it's there. It's not an option, it is standard. Trumago hot water heater. So that is a tankless hot water heater. So if you have water, you have hot water. Awesome feature. Furnace, and then the clean look on the exterior. Now I wanna talk about the baggage doors. So we're not gonna have your traditional ones like a lot of the other brands where it's a cutout piece of fiberglass that they're putting on there with a slam latch plastic door latch that you gotta either flip up or go sideways. Those are just cheap. That's what they're using on entry-level travel trailers. When you're paying this kind of money, I don't want entry-level travel trailer doors on my motorhome. So these are fully insulated, solid aluminum doors. They are double hinged on the side, single latched, all steel, and then they use a rotocast inside here. So that is a mold and mildew proof material inside of there. So you don't have to worry about that getting nasty. And these things shut just like a car door. Completely sealed around there with the bulb seal. We also optioned in, what's standard now, is the valve stem extensions on these tires. So these are gonna be aluminum rims on here, where most people are going to use steel and then put a hubcap over it. These are actually solid aluminum. We put the valve extenders on there, just makes it easy. Now one thing I want to note, or I want to point out to you guys, is something I want you to check when you're shopping this model with another one, because you're comparing it and you want to figure out which one's the best for you. Go ahead, grab the fender on there, on whatever coach you're looking at, and give it a pull. This thing is rock solid. It's not going anywhere. You pull that on a different brand, you're gonna be sitting on the ground because you ripped it off their coach, and now you have to buy it, and now you're stuck with it. Back here on the rear cap, we didn't change much. We went away from the full bubble just because it weighed a little bit more. So now we give you the two-piece. So you have the bumper fiberglass right here, which if and when you bang into your car, your trailer, or what have you, and you dent this, we're not replacing the whole thing, we're just replacing this bottom piece. And then we give you the visor up there with the backup camera. Now we do have the hitch on there. It's a 4,200 pound rated hitch with a 400 pound tongue weight, so you can tow a smaller car, a smaller trailer if you want to, if you got your side-by-side or something. And then your 7-way plug is already back there. Now this is one of my favorite parts on the Sprinter line from Renegade, is right here. This is called your wet bay. So right here, they actually take a piece of steel, weld this all together, put it in there, and then they water jet the labels out. So you can see right here, gray tank, black tank, it's completely carved out. There's no stickers, because what happens with stickers is they fall off after water sprays on it, and then 2 years down the road, you have no idea which one goes to what. So it's completely carved out of there, just a fresh, clean look. Everything is in one central location. Continuing down the side, these two bays right here, this is gonna be more exterior storage. And then this one right here is gonna be your batteries and your inverter. So we're gonna use the Xantrex. It's a 3,000 watt inverter. Our solar controller is in there. And then we have our deep cycle AGM batteries. So this is not a storage area, but it is super clean, super easy to access if you ever need to. Now, speaking of solar, one thing we did this year on the Viennas is we put in a larger solar panel. We're noticing a lot more customers are going off-grid, going to festivals, going to fields. You can't have a generator, so we're gonna go ahead and add that extra solar. We put a 300 watt solar panel on the roof, completely controlled on where you wanna send that energy to. Here, I'll show you on the inside kind of where that location is. All right, so inside the 2023 Vienna 25RMC, you'll notice slight differences this year, but not a lot. Now, like we were talking about outside where that solar panel is, it's actually gonna go right here on top of the ceiling. So we did have to eliminate that skylight, which is a super bummer, but we got that extra solar power and I like having that. So I wanted to show you what it looks like with the slide in. This is what it's gonna be like when you're traveling in this thing. So the slide is completely in right now. You have plenty of walking space to get to the bathroom. I'm trying to do this backwards here. One thing I wanted to show you though is the fridge. So with the RMC, it is a tighter squeeze than the full wall slide. And then if you option in the dinette, obviously the slide is slightly different, but this fridge opens up to here with the slide in. So you can still access the refrigerator. You just kind of got to pack a little strategically, make sure you can get to it. But it's easy to get to the bathroom. I have plenty of space right here. You got over a foot to walk. So if you can shuffle sideways, you can make it no problem. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like with the slide in. I know a lot of you have been commenting on my videos to show this. So here it is. I'm gonna run it out real quick. So now that the slide is out in this thing, you'll notice how much space we have in here. The reason Renegade's able to do that is we're gonna have the deepest slides in the industry on this segment of RV, and that is because of how we do our slides and the construction that goes into it and the engineering that goes into it. I'm not gonna get into that because it's kind of boring to most people, but if you have a question on that, call me and I can send you over all the information. But a few changes this year for the 23s. You'll notice the flooring. We went with the standard vinyl one-piece flooring as opposed to that woven stuff. We had a lot of people saying that it was a little bit harder to clean and to use, so we switched it out, went with the smooth flooring. It looks really nice. It gives it a nice polished look. This particular one, they optioned in with the cashmere wood, and then they went with what's called a high gloss finish. So you'll notice how shiny that material is on the wood. Now, speaking of wood, everything in this coach, for being a 25-foot Sprinter motorhome, every single piece in here is real wood. So we're not gonna have wrapped wood styles like you're gonna see in the majority of coaches. One thing, when you go to RV shows, you'll grab the door of a different Sprinter van and you'll notice the doors are already peeling and it's not even purchased yet. What's that gonna do in 2 years after owning it and using it and living in it? It's just gonna fall apart. This is all real solid hardwood. There's a couple different options on wood color you can get. Again, this particular one was the cashmere. Still sticking with the LG solid surface countertop. So this is a complete rock. You can cut, you can buff it. If you scratch it, you wet sand it, you can put food right on it. They optioned in the induction cooktop. Standard is a 2-burner gas range. We went with the induction for this particular customer. You can go either or. Your multiplex system, I'm going to do a separate video on how to operate this thing because I'm having a lot of questions from people on what button does what. So this, I'm just going to tell you, this is the multiplex system. Everything is controlled from this. If you want to see that video, we can link that in here and we'll go over that on a separate video for you. Sticking with the 12-volt compressor refrigerator, we switched that up 2 years ago, give you a little bit more space. And then this pantry is awesome. So you have the sliding pantry that comes out with a double lock on there. Plenty of room for storage. And then your bathroom back there. So sticking with the porcelain toilet, solid surface countertops, shower with an awesome surround, real glass doors, and then plenty of storage on the door side of the coach. You're going to notice once you step in here that there's a massive wardrobe in there. That's where you're going to be able to keep most of your clothes. So again, this is the RMC, which is the rear Murphy, and then the C stands for the cab over. So instead of having the cabinets up top, we have the bunk over the top. So the Murphy bed, it comes with a jackknife sofa that does have footrests on here that kick out, but this thing lays flat and then the bed flips down. Now I'll show you that real quick. So queen size bed, custom made mattress. People always ask, well, I want to upgrade my mattress. You don't need to with these because they're specifically built for this. They're not your regular travel trailer mattress they're putting in these things. It's a nice mattress. Windows, cabinets, and then you have plugs next to the bed with a multiplex panel so you can control your generator, your lights, what have you. Dream dinette right here. This does fold down into a bed. And then you have additional storage underneath. And now this year too, with the Viennas, this is still your padded walls, which is a better insulation, better sound barrier. However, you don't get the option on colors. We just went with this same color throughout all of your color schemes. This particular one is in the titanium, which is the darker gray, but that's gonna be the same throughout all the coaches. So I really hope you like the changes we did on this year. I think they did a great job of making it a little more user-friendly when it comes to picking it. And then the overall look is just fantastic. Now up here is the 3500 Sprinter chassis. So it's your typical Sprinter that we're gonna see in almost all of the segments of this. We do option in the heated seats. That is an option that we're getting on these things. And then we integrate as much as we possibly can into the MBUX system up front, but like we were talking about outside, as Mercedes said no to the cameras being integrated into the MBUX. So now your rear view mirror up here is going to be your camera system. So you can control it right from that. Side cameras, rear cameras, checking on your toad behind you, making sure it's still there, everything is good. But we can do a separate video if you would like on how to operate everything on here because it is very techy, it's very advanced, but it's very simple. It's so simple to do. You just have to know how to do it the first time, and after that it's a breeze. We can do another video on that, so feel free to click. We can add a thumbnail in there on how to operate everything on your Sprinter chassis. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Again, this is the 2023 Renegade Vienna 25RMC. So the Murphy bed floor plan with the cab over. This is the 2023, the 2022s are done. I have one left if you want a 22. Again, this one was specifically ordered for an awesome couple here in the state of Michigan, but we deliver these things all across the country. I'm only an hour away from the factory. I have a lot of hookups there where we can get you a factory tour if you would like. However, we can order exactly what you want and possibly even deliver it this year. So if you have any questions, feel free to like my channel, follow my channel, or give me a text or a phone call. I'd be happy to answer anything and be happy to work with you. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you out there.